Take Ed Lover.
Apparently, Ed had been Bernie's friend up until the day he died, and he heard all about the ways Steve had wronged him straight from the man himself.
When I tell you one dude that has never, ever, ever changed, y'all have heard me say this before, is Bernie Mac. Love Bernie Mac. And Bernie, the stuff that he said, Cat Williams said about Steve Harvey calling to try to get Bernie's role on Oceans and that kind of stuff, Bernie told me out of his own mouth.
And so Ed believed Bernie when he said that Steve hated him. Unfortunately, Bernie is not the only one who's had to bear the brunt of Steve's greed for power and fame. Mark Curry shares a similar story. The Oakland native has been accusing Steve of stealing his jokes for years now. Back in 2019, Curry cracked up the heat during his interview on The Mike and Donnie Show, where he blatantly accused Steve of stealing his material.
So what's up with you and Steve, man? Ain't nothing with me. Well, Steve stole my material on his show, so I had a beef on that.
On what show?
When he was on his the talk show he had, and he did all my Halloween material one Halloween. I'm watching that. Somebody called me and said, man, homeboy doing your material. So he did my whole Halloween run. And I know he didn't think of it. And this is true stuff that really happened to me. Uh-huh. And so my thing is, you didn't have to do that, homeboy. Yeah. Right. So, you made enough money.
However, Steve isn't having any of Mark's allegations. Back in 2020, Harvey told Mark to grow up before saying, Steve Harvey ain't been on stage since 2015. He doesn't know what he's talking about. He's making stuff up, so I'm in peace. The only reason I'm commenting is because he keeps running his mouth about, now grow up. Never stole a joke in 35 years. Come to Like a Man and tell me what the joke is. Fortunately, Kat's recent bombshell interview allowed Mark to pick up the pitchfork once more. The comedian sat down for an interview with rapper turned podcaster Willie D on the Willie D Live show. For most of the 1.5 hour long interview, Mark talked about his career. However, towards the last 30 minutes, Mark decided to reignite his decade-long beef with the king of comedy. The Oakland native started off by talking about how comedians in the industry have been stealing jokes for years, putting them in a position to either defend their integrity or comfort the person who got his material stolen. Mark then talked about how he has a different way of doing things, which sets him apart from his competitors. He said he avoided writing jokes about Obama and the COVID-19 pandemic, and it's this very unique thumbprint that allows Mark to recognize when someone has stolen his material. As for why someone like Steve would resort as low as stealing his jokes, Mark said that it's not because of the money. Steve has a loaded bank account. Instead, Curry believes that it's simply because Steve wants to steal his style. Following the incident, fans dug up old videos of the two comedians that prove Kat and Mark's claims. One clip of Mark shows him performing back in 1999, only for Steve to tell the same joke 6 years down the line.
In costumes, hey kids, please. Mama sent us down to the liquor store, put boxes on us. We didn't know what we were. I don't know what we are. I don't know. She didn't tell her. I think we UPS, I guess. I don't know.
Every Halloween, I had the same outfit on. Every year. I just had a brown box. No, it wasn't nothing sad. I just not asked my father, could I have a new outfit? And he said, no, just wear the same one. It was just a brown box. And he just told me to tell everybody I was a UPS man.
Interestingly, Steve has a few words for Cat Williams, despite the clear-cut evidence against him. He isn't taking Cat's insults lying down. On January 7th, 2024, the comedian posted a clip of himself hosting his show, Family Feud, on X, formerly known as Twitter, with the caption, "You don't have to address your haters." The footage showed Harvey talking about how he's never been one to give his haters the time of day, even quoting Psalms 23:5.